Hi, I'm Catherine, Certified Nutrition Consultant with Foods That Heal You, and I'm going to review our CBD Pure Oil concentrates in this video. We have green, blue, and gold. The green's raw, the blue is decarboxylated, and the gold is decarboxylated and filtered. What I'm going to do is explain the difference between these three. If you've already narrowed it down to wanting the most concentrated and purest that we have available, that's going to be these pure oil concentrates. They're full spectrum, so I'm just giving you some general information. If you've seen this CBD wheel, full spectrum means it's not just CBD. It has other cannabinoids that may have additional benefits to it. So these are all full spectrum. They're all hemp extract. There's no other ingredients, no carrier oils, no flavorings, nothing else added. So that's all three of them. Now I'm going to explain the difference between each one of these three. And they all taste a little bit grassy and earthy. They're not flavored, okay? All right, so the first one is going to be the green raw pure oil concentrate. This one's going to have about 5 milligrams per serving. This tube is going to have approximately 30 servings, the size of a piece of rice. This one's going to be, as I use the analogy, like going out in your backyard and picking an apple off a tree. It's going to have all the plant parts. It's going to be as close to the natural form as you can get. It's going to have the enzymes. It's going to have everything in it. Nothing's been removed. Nothing's been filtered. Nothing's been heated. So if you want something that's as close to nature as possible, you're going to want the raw green version. It also has CBDA in it, which is a cannabinoid that's not found in the heated versions, and I'll explain that. But CBDA in studies has shown that it may be beneficial for cancer and inflammation and a couple other different health conditions. But specifically, I know from a chart that I've viewed that CBDA may have additional benefits for cancer and inflammation specifically. All right, so that's going to be the green raw version. Then the blue version has been decarboxylated. That means it's been heated. We use safe CO2 extraction, no chemicals. No chemicals are ever used in this. This is going to convert that CBDA into CBD. So the benefit of the blue is going to have a higher concentration of CBD. Now it still has 5 milligrams of CBD on the label, but it's going to have a higher concentration of the actual CBD versus the other cannabinoids because that CBDA has been converted into CBD. So if you're looking for a little bit higher concentration of the CBD, but you still want the full spectrum, the concentrate, you just want something a little bit higher concentration CBD, then the blue label would be a good choice. Then the next one is going to be the gold label, and this is the most popular. The gold label is going to be about 8 to 10 milligrams per serving, and it's going to have a little bit of a peppery taste, but the gold label has been decarboxylated and filtered. Some of the extra plant parts have been filtered out. What that does is it increases the concentration of the CBD. So instead of only 5 milligrams per serving, this one's going to have 8 to 10 milligrams per serving. And keep in mind, since these are so concentrated, you can't necessarily compare milligrams to milligrams. Because when you put this under your tongue, you're going to have a higher absorption rate than something like the drops, because the drops might be 10 milligrams versus 5 milligrams, but you might only absorb 5 milligrams of that 10. Whereas with the pure oil concentrate, you're going to absorb a higher amount of the CBD when you put it under your tongue, because it's going to absorb in through your capillaries under your tongue into your system. It's going to bypass digestion. Now, not completely, because you're only going to hold it under 60 to 90 seconds, and after that, you're going to swallow what's left over. But with the drops, what I found, they're in a carrier oil. That's what makes them thinner, so you can use them in a dropper. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just going to have a little bit lower efficacy. It's hard to hold it under your tongue, and it does have that carrier oil to go through to get into your system. Okay, so that's going to be, so the gold is going to be the most concentrated of the CBD. And so that's all three of them. Hopefully that will help you determine which one's going to be best for your application. If you still have trouble or questions, by all means, please email me at foodsthathealyou@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help you. And I also have a lot of information on Facebook if you want to follow our Facebook community. But a couple more things I want to talk about is how to store these. And if you notice the green one here, I'll pull this tube out. The green one has little air pockets. That doesn't mean you got gypped. That just means that the air temperature affected the way this settled. So it's because it's not based on volume, it's based on weight. So they weigh these, so in the manufacturing facility, in the lab. So you didn't get gypped, you got the right amount. Just know that if there's air pockets, there was just a temperature fluctuation, there's nothing wrong with it. And then to store it, you might want to store it in the refrigerator when it's warmer outside. You don't have to unless you're going to be storing it for a long period of time. Then you want to put it in the fridge if it's going to be like a year to store it. Otherwise, just simply keep it away from excess heat and keep it away from light. That's going to keep it, store it for a little bit longer and last a little bit better. And also, it really depends on the temperature in your house as well, because if you have a warm temperature in your house, it's going to make the paste and the gel a little bit softer. So when you squeeze it out of the tube, let me just use the one here. When you squeeze it out of the tube, it might be a little bit softer and come out too fast, and you don't want that. So a serving size, I'm gonna go ahead and squirt. A serving size might look like that. It's kind of hard to show on a video, but might look like that. And you're just gonna put it under your tongue, but you might also wanna look on my website. I have a close-up picture of a much better picture of what it's gonna look like, what a serving size looks like. You're also gonna see on my website and on the package the serving size, how to take it, the instructions, all of that. I recommend starting with the suggested serving size once a day for 3 days, and then bump it up if you feel that you need more. You can go twice a day, or you can double the amount that you're taking. I wouldn't go necessarily above 10 milligrams at a time because your body can only absorb so much at one time, and I have a video on dosage, but the green and the blue are gonna have 5 milligrams approximately per serving, whereas the gold is gonna have approximately 8 to 10 milligrams per serving. Okay, so that's how the servings go. And then this, you're just gonna put it under your tongue, hold it for 60 to 90 seconds so it can absorb into your system. The green and the blue have a grassy, earthy taste. The gold has a little bit of a peppery taste. None of them taste great, but you know, it doesn't matter when you're looking for relief. Nope. I mean, I wouldn't care if I'm looking for relief. I don't care what it tastes like. You can always just chase it with something. You can chase it with a little bit of honey, chase it with a little bit of juice. If you really don't like the taste, then just mix it with honey and then put it in your mouth. Now you won't have as high of an absorption rate if you use it, because I would consider that more of an edible. You can put it in smoothies, you can put it in your food. Any way to get in your system is gonna be great, but you're gonna have the highest absorption rate if you put it straight under your tongue, and I'll demonstrate that here in a second. But if you'd like more information, you can follow us, like I said, on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, email me at foods@healyou@gmail.com, and here is how you use it. Put it on your tongue. I did it near the end so I didn't have to talk a lot. I'm gonna hold it under my tongue for 60, 90 seconds, and then I'm gonna swallow it, and I'll probably notice something in about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.